Alright, so Star vs. the Forces of Evil, the Season 2 finale just aired today. I think it's airing again. But it aired at like 5 p.m. My time on the East Coast, and I think it's airing right now around like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. I just finished watching it earlier, and it was great. I liked it. There's a few things that I predicted that did come true. Like one and a half things I predicted did come true. The other things didn't really. But I'll go over the ones that actually did come true. First of all, we did get an acknowledgement of Star and Marco's relationship. Unfortunately, we didn't reference back to the Running with Scissors episode, so I'm not sure if that's going to be brought up again at all, or if we're just going to brush past that. But Marco finds out that Star, in fact, does have a crush on him through that song that was written for Song Day for the princess. And also, the citizens of Muni learn that the king and queen have been lying to them by omission, by not telling them that Glossaric and the spellbook is lost. So we have a confrontation with Moon and Ludo, which eventually we find out that Toffee still has possession of him. And Ludo actually regenerates his hand around the wand that Ludo is holding and is sort of attached to Ludo now. So I was kind of right in saying that Toffee will come back in his physical form, though it's only part of him. One thing that I did not expect to see is Ludo's family. I didn't even know he had a family. We learned that he's like the runt of the family. He's very, very small compared to these other big bird creatures, though that makes sense as to why Toffee can so easily manipulate him. I mean, it made sense before since Ludo is kind of incompetent. But during this, we actually get to see Moon fight, and that's really cool, along with Hekapoo, Rhombulus, is it Rhombulus or Rhombus? One of the two. And the Chancellor. Oh yeah, and that space-time guy, I forgot his name. But watching that fight reminded me of a lot of like just some kind of like RPG, and like the Chancellor was the healer because he was actually like helping them get back up. But eventually Toffee beats all of them, except for Moon, who runs away to get Star since she needs to get back to Muni since Toffee is back. So I'm guessing that they actually need Star's help, since in a previous episode we learned that Star is actually more powerful than Moon now. I was also predicting that Queen Eclipsa would show up somehow, but somebody actually pointed out that in the Crystal episode, I forgot the name of it, she actually appears in the background. So I did not notice that the first time I watched, so I'll probably have to check that episode again. But if that's the case, then maybe Toffee's goal is to free Eclipsa? They did say in that episode with the tapestries that Eclipsa was like a monster lover or something. I don't remember the exact details, but I do know there's something going on with the politics of monsters and humans in Muni. We also see Oscar Greason return for a little bit, and we don't see Star completely infatuated with him, which makes a lot of sense because the only thing that's on Star's mind right now is just Marco and other things. So there's a lot of questions at the end of this season, and it's going to be a long wait for the third season. I hope it's not as long as the wait for the second one. We still don't know where Glossaric is. I'm thinking that Toffee may have absorbed him somehow. Star is not going to be on Earth anymore, at least for a little bit at the beginning of Season 3. Her room completely disappeared when she left. So this may be a permanent change for Season 3, though I'm hoping it's temporary. This might mean that Season 3 is going to be a lot more action-packed and plot-oriented than Season 2. And Season 2 was already a lot more plot-oriented than the first season. So I'm super excited to see what happens. It seems like they have a plan laid out for Season 3, so I can't wait. I'm still going to be making my Star vs. the Forces of Evil review. Hopefully I'll try to get it out this week, if not next week. I don't want to make any promises though, because things always change. So if you saw the Season 2 finale to Star vs. the Forces of Evil, tell me down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to save.